Hello there everybody, this is Mod Charles from Shrine of Seals, welcoming you to a Let's Play Fire Emblem. And what Fire Emblem, you might be asking? Well, Fire Emblem and Kaku Ryu To Ikari no... You know what? Fire Emblem and the Sword of Light for the Famicom, or Dark Dragon and the Sword of Light. Isn't that what I said? No, I just said Shadow Dragon, yeah. This is the very first Fire Emblem game. It was released on 1990 for the Famicom system in Japan. Although it's never seen a actual English release until Fire Emblem 11 or Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon for the DS. It is it's a very simple game. It doesn't have a lot of the advanced options of the later games in the series, although that's to be argued. So let's start off a new game here on File 2, why not? So the game starts off with Marth, or one Marth's quest. Yeah, and it's Prince Marth, not Prince Mars. I know there's some translation patches that have it as Prince Mars, which is just silly. I'll have a link to the translation patch in the description, and we will continue from there. I'm not going to show you how to patch the file. There's a lot of videos on YouTube on how to patch translation patches and all sorts of other stuff to the ROM file, not here. So let's get the deep story of Fire Emblem. And it basically starts off with Prince Marth. Well, his home of Altea was captured by some evil invading force, and now he must defeat them. So we have these amazing dialogue features here. What's wrong, Sheeta? Has something happened at the castle? And apparently Sheeta, who's a Pegasus Knight, has ridden to see Marth and tell him of this epic quest. Prince Marth, I'm so happy to see you. The pirates of Garda suddenly attacked us. Those freaking bastards. Please save my father, who is probably the king of this place where we're at. You'll be alright, Sheeta. Now it says Aretia's Courageous Knights. It's Altea. That's a mistranslation. Are inside this fortress. We won't lose to a gang of pirates. Now come with me to Talis Castle. So that's where we're at. And as you can see, we can move our cursor along the map here. We have a lot of little options to choose from. We got these red guys. They must be the enemies, because, you know, all enemies are red. If you ever see a red guy, you beat the hell out of that guy, because he is freaking evil. Anyway, we have Jagan, who's a paladin at level 1. I'll get into these classes a bit in a moment here. Marth, who's a lord. Sheeta's a Pegasus Knight. These two are social knights, Cain and Abel. And we got our good buddy Gordon over here. Gordon. And Doga's an A knight. He's just a knight. We don't know what kind of knight he is, he's just a knight. He's so nondescript. We don't even give him a freaking proper title. So we also have Garda Thieves. And these guys are pirates. Isn't that interesting? We also have a hunter. So basically, the way this game is played is it is a top-down tactical RPG. So we have our characters, we can move them by selecting them and moving them to whichever space they need to move to. Unfortunately, in this version of the game, you cannot see, you know, the total distance you can travel. You have to push out your cursor to try to find out how far they can travel exactly. I mean, you can see it. They have a move stat, but in the later Fire Emblem games, they actually have a grid that lights up to show how many steps the characters can take. So let's get into the characters here. We have Doga, who's a knight. And knights are basically bigger, bulkier units. They can take a lot of hits. They usually have really high defense and high HP, usually, and decent attack, low speed, and low magic resistance. So let's move over to here with Doga. Now usually, when you have units like this, they have certain weapon proficiencies. Doga's a knight, and he can use iron swords and iron lances for now. Later you can get upgraded weapons, but that's not right now. Also, you might notice that the iron weapons have a number next to them. That's how many uses each weapon has before it breaks, and you have to buy a new one. So that's pretty cool, I guess. Now we have Gordon. Gordon is an archer, and he has a bowgun and a steel bow. Bowgun's basically like an iron bow, pretty much. It's like a weaker bow. And we're going to put him right behind the knight here because, well, we want to have him guarded. He can't attack, or actually with the bowgun he can attack from a square away, but we'll get into that later. Jagan is a paladin, and Jagan starts up the archetype because Jagans have very good stats in the beginning of the game and are generally very good units to have at the beginning of the game. However, later as your units start gaining levels and promoting their classes, Jagan kind of falls behind a lot, so you don't want to put too much experience into him and not get any experience for your weaker troops like Marth, who we don't want to move over there. These two are social knights. They later get translated to cavaliers in later games, but they're called social knights because they get around, and I don't mean that in a sexual way, although I'm sure they do. Wait, this isn't about... What? It's ridiculous. Anyway, so they can move a great deal of spaces. They're like the paladin. They have little horsies that they ride. Isn't that swell? So let's get into a battle here with Cain. Now the social knights can use lances and swords, much like the regular knights, although they're a bit more agile than the bigger, bulkier knights. So bam! Suck it, 13 damage. And he counters, and he gets another hit. Now the way battles work in this game is that each character has a speed stat, and whoever attacks first always gets the first hit. And then after that, the opponent will usually have a chance to counterattack. Now there are times when they won't be able to counterattack for some reason. I'll get into those as we get to them, but as we just saw there, Cain attacked him, so he went first. Then Garda countered with another attack, and then he went back and attacked again because his speed stat's higher than, higher than Cain's. So he got to attack twice. This becomes very important later in the game when, you know, you want your characters to gang up on the weaker characters. It's very nice, very pleasant. Also, Pegasus Knights, unlike in later games, don't wield spears in this game, or at least I don't think they do. They wield swords. So yeah, Sheeta gets some experience, and they're pretty good units. Just keep them away from bowmen, because bowmen get very bowmen are, I guess to use Pokemon terms, super effective against Pegasus Knights. So let's have our pal Jagan get in a little closer. Not too close though. And then we'll have our buddy Marth enter the building over here to see what's up, so to speak. So this is a town, and you can visit towns with Marth, and Marth will be able to go into a bit of dialogue with the townspeople, etc., whoever's living there. And they'll be like, "Prince Marth, good to see you. The villagers gathered 10,000 gold, Jesus Christ. Buy weapons with this and save this country." So basically you're collecting taxes. And since all of our characters have moved, we can hit end, and the next turn starts with the enemies. So basically the enemies make their move, and that guy's gonna take over the castle there. And unlike the normal games unlike the games later in the series where they don't really show the cursor moving for the enemies, this one they do. It's like the computer's controlling the enemies, really. It's like they're playing as the enemies. It's amazing. So our good pal Abel's gonna come in here and get a few hits in. Very nice. Also, another thing that's absent from the first game is the weapon triangle. In later games, weapons are usually placed into a triangle, and that pretty much is a rock paper scissors way of, you know, using them effectively. For instance, swords are generally swords beat axes, axes beat lances, and lances beat swords. However, in this game, that doesn't exist. Basically, what it is swords are the most accurate weapons. I think lances come in second, and axes are the least accurate. However, axes are also the most powerful, swords are the least powerful, and the lances are kind of in between. So let's get off a cool attack here with Gordon. Gordon! In this game, he looks kind of like a punk. I'm not even gonna lie, he's kind of a punk face. But, in the DS remake, he looks kind of like a, yeah, my name's Gordon, kind of character. He doesn't look too cool. Now, what we just did there is we got a critical hit. All of the units in this game have a chance to get a critical hit, which basically does 3 times the amount of damage you would normally do. And it's not affected by accuracy, so you could have like a 3% chance to hit, and if you get a critical hit, you pretty much, you score a guaranteed hit, and 3 times as effective. It's very nice. I like it a lot. So let's move our social ponies over here. And the cool thing about Pegasus Knights is that they can travel over the water, which makes them very cool to, you know, try to blitzkrieg your way into these guys. And I kind of made a stupid move there, but we'll talk about that later. Sheeta. Sheeta attacks. Now, I believe in later games, Sheeta's called Kaida, or something like that, so... Could be wrong, though. It's been a while since I've played Fire Emblem, or Fire blah 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 blah. Fire Mumblem. No, that's a different game. Fire Emblem 11, or Shadow Dragon. So let's get our character some action, shall we? Move up our knight. I'm gonna use a sword. Also, knights can, in most Fire Emblem games, knights can only use lances. I think in Fire Emblem 4, they have, like, splits between knights, so there's, like, a sword knight, there's an axe knight, and there's a... And they have it with the same with social knights. There's, like, an axe social... Or, no, wait. No, they're just called, like, axe knights, I believe. So let's get our boys doing some damage here. Bam! Suck it. So these fights are going to get pretty lengthy, so I'm probably going to cut out, or I won't cut out, but I'll probably fast forward through the enemies' phases in most of these videos. Because basically they just take forever, honestly. And let's attack with a iron sword. Don't usually like to get the kill with Jagan since he's an experience hog, but let's see how awesome he is. Bam! Granted, he didn't do too much damage, but you know what? What are you gonna do? See, Sheeta got 40 experience for killing a unit. Since Jagan's a promoted unit, he only gets about... I want to say it's a little bit more than half. We get to see this lovely turning movements. Oh, see, this is what I mean by stupid people. Now, archers do 3 times as much damage to Pegasus Knights. It's like a critical hit, but it's a normal hit, and they can still hit a critical, which means they do 3 times as much. It's ridiculous. So let's move Sheeta back like the scared little wimps we are, and we're gonna throw out our knight, since he's just the biggest and baddest of all the people in this game. Not really. Doga's kind of a wimp. You'll get better knights, don't worry. Bam! See how we see these hulking hits. And yeah, as you can see there, the archer didn't get a chance to counter our attack. That's because he can't counter with just his bow. He would need like a, what is that? A bow gun. Which I don't think they have in the later games, unfortunately. And Abel's like, you know what? Nope. Now, each character has their own unique statistics and chances for statistic gains later on when they level up. These vary from character to character, so it's not like if you have a social knight, 2 social knights are going to level up exactly the same. No, they're pretty different, honestly. And then there are some characters that level up completely unlike their classes, and we'll get into that more later. There aren't too many like that in this game. Oh man, this guy's got an iron axe. Uh-oh! He's jiving his way over here. I like the animations in this game. They're kind of funny. I mean, come on, it's the Famicom. It's really good for Famicom. Or NES, or whatever you kids call it these days. I don't know. Also interesting to note that the map tiles, are basically, they're all the same. That's why, like, it's not transparent. They're standing on green. Because, like, that's just how the unit tiles are. It's to save space, which is pretty ingenious, but... Let's get some damage with Marth here. Martha's our lord, and Martha's just awesome. Nope! I like how he attacks in this game. He kind of does the splits. He's like, "Ugh! You shall not pass!" So, let's build up here. Also, one little important fact that I forgot to mention, if your lord dies, the game's over. Yeah, you fucking lose. And then you have to reload your state, or your save, or whatever you guys are using, because then you're just sad, sad panda. And a sad excuse for a man, honestly. Who uses states? I'm a man, I don't use no stinking states. Real men don't care about that. All they care about is winning. So if you go onto these little bases here, these white little fortress squares here, you actually get a, your units will heal by standing on them, which is nice. Also, these houses up here you can go into with any character and they'll have some dialogue for you. I don't really care for it because they don't give you anything, so... I mean, honestly, they just tell you stupid stuff like, "Did you know that fighting helps gain experience?" Really? "Sometimes enemies are evil." I didn't know. We got 2 hit. Aren't we awesome? Also, I'm probably going to start splitting these battles, because they get pretty lengthy, especially since we have these beautiful animations to look forward to. Who would want to miss that? Ugh. Oh yeah, Doga's freaking getting the doubles. Doga's getting doubles. 2 hits, Doga gets some experience points. And it kind of sucks that he went out there like that. So, did she heal up a little bit? Yeah, she got a little bit of her health back, which is nice. Let's fly her scootily-doo over here. And let's start preparing our units to enter the big hall to fight the big bad boss of this level. Doga's like, "I ain't playing no shit!" Ugh. And we killed him. We killed him in cold blood. And you know what? It felt great. So we get a little picture of Abel. He's like, "Hey!" And yes, Abel and Cain are actually part of an archetype too, where in every Fire Emblem game, almost, you get a green knight and a red knight. And usually the green knight is, he's more like the faster knight. He's kind of like, he's got more speed and skill, but less attack power. And the Red Knight has more attack power, but less speed and skill, obviously. Oh, and more defense, usually, too. They switched this up in Fire Emblem 7, the one that was first released here in America, on the Game Boy Advance. And they have it so that Sane is a Green Knight who has insane strength. And, what's his name? Kent? He has more speed and skill, and etc. Alright, so let's end this chapter, shall we? Or not chapter. You guys know what I mean. Or do you? I don't know. Great. Yeah, so the animations aren't that great in this game. Hey guys, look, Cain's using a spear. Get it? 'Cause Cain's a dragoon. Wait, that's a different game. Never mind. So this is where the enemies like to gank up on you. Oh, sweet Jesus, he missed. Bam! Can't miss the spear in the face, says Cain as he jests. Guard like, "Hurdy dirty dirt. Nope, 5 damage. Abel's like, "That's not about to happen." Aw. Abel, I'm kind of pissed at you. Kind of upset, honestly. I expected more from you. So let's try to get some kills here with our good pal Mars, as he will now be lovingly referred to in this Let's Play. Bam! Do the splits. Knock it out. Alright, so that did happen. Oh, critical hit. Shazam! Yeah, also you have to kind of like really pay attention to see if it's a critical hit. So let's have our buddy Gordon move over here. Flash Gordon approaching. Kapow! You're dead. Yay. These are the things I like. Killing people and getting that there experience points. Let's get Gordon a kill here. Or not Gordon, Doga. Doga! Hurdy dirt! Ugh, he missed. He didn't have the strength. He's like, nope. I think it's funny that they kind of like run back defeated, like, aww. Oh yeah, I gotcha. That was a good hit, guys. Wait till I get you next time. For now, I'm just gonna mean mug you across the water. I don't want to take that chance. So we're gonna move Abel over here. And you know what? We're gonna bring in our good pal Sheeta. Sheeta. And attack her, or him. It. Do the pirates really have sex? I don't know. I mean, pirates do have sex, but like, I don't know. They're all just faceless people to me. That's right, I'm piratist. What of it? Don't think I'm giving fair and equal treatment to the pirates? Well, forget the pirates. What have they done for me recently? The answer to that is a whole jacklot of nothing. So let's finish this battle. We're already 22 minutes into this thing. It's getting to be a little bit redonkulous. I like the happy music that plays when you're about to stomp some serious mud holes in some people's asses. It's like la-dee-da-dee-dee-dum-dum, stomping mud holes in people's asses. So let's try steel bow. Why a freaking not? Bam! Oh, come on. There we go. As you can see, it does basically the same damage, so you might as well just stick with the bow gun. Let's have Marth come in here and do his dance of victory. No critical? Bam. Oh well. Damn, man, these freaking guys they're not playing around. Bam, you're dead. And Marth walks triumphantly to the starting line, I guess. You can move down here because you're dying. Let's come over here and attack this guy with the iron sword. I don't know if it's gonna be enough though. Jagan critical, bam! Oh, I thought it was a critical. Gotta pay. It's very minute differences. There we go. No. Huh. Now we have the problem that our pal might get hit over here, so let's I guess there's not much we can do. Let's hope he doesn't attack him next turn. Alright. This is a way to start things off. Not paying attention. And there's not really any point to bringing your units any closer. What's your HP? 13? Alright, so end this game. This level. Alright, so he didn't attack him. It's pretty fucking awesome. Miss, 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 freaking miss! Ah ha ha! Marth has the last laugh. As you can see, Marth has a little teeny tiny shield. Teeny tiny shield, Marth. Oh, isn't that adorable? Alright, what are you doing, Kane? You're doing pretty good. Got your 18 up. Alright, let's position our enemies, or our units to take out the boss. Now in this game, in this version of the game, you can actually surround the boss on all sides, because the castles are so small. They're teensy tiny castles. Is this a house for ants? Anywho, let's have Marth go into this village here. This villa, it looks like. I'm Cleric Riff. I can't fight, but I can heal. Allow me to join you. And we get a healer on our team. Now, the problem with clerics in this game is that they have staves, however, they do not gain experience from using their staves. Yeah. Yeah. So you can see how that'd be quite a pain in the ass. So let's have him just move over here since he's pretty much freaking useless at this point. So basically, you're just hoping for, you know, magicians that are strong enough to help you out because, well, might as well use them since you can't train them. Like this guy Riff, he's fucked. I'm never training him ever again. He's lucky if I use him after the next chapter. Then again, I think you can use as many people as you want in this version of the game, so let's get our iron sword out. Let's whip out our sword and judge sizes. Oh, a 6. Gazik misses because he sucks. Actually, I think he has a steel axe, so he might be a little bit stronger than I've anticipated up to this point. La-dee-da-dee-dee-dee-dee-dum-dum. Who doesn't like singing songs about how awesome life is? Also, since this guy does not have a weapon, I'm sorry, a long-range weapon, we can sit here and freaking pepper him with arrows all day long. I like how it says Gordon finishes, like he's like, yep, I'm done with you. Where's my money? And he left a vulnerary, which is a healing item. And now that we have done that, we can capture this base with Marth. Now, you need your lord in order to capture the bases, so don't forget about that. You've made it here safely, Prince Ma, thank you. So you'll travel to Orleans. I'll send Captain Ugama and his brave soldiers to assist you. Let me tell you that you will encounter people who are bitter to Daruhua. Some are imprisoned or fighting against their own will. Search for them and fight with them as allies. It's time, Prince Ma. I wish you good luck on your journey. Fight with heart. So let's save our game here. Would you like to save and resume? Yes, I would. Or wait, what? No. No. No! Sire, I'm Mercenary Ogama. By the king's request, will be joining your army. This place filled with pirates and soldiers who wish to kill you. Be careful. That's all I get is a friendly warning. Alright, so this is Chapter 2, and I will be seeing you guys next time on Let's Play Fire Emblem, Shadow Dragon and the Sword of Light, or Dark Dragon and the Sword of Light, however you wish to pronounce it. This has been Mod Charles from Shrine of Seals, and I will be seeing you guys next time. Have a nice day.